I'm going to go over my top 10 Facebook Live tips that will help you with your Facebook Live videos, get more views, get more engagement, and get people, when they see it next time, to want to click on your video. That's what we're going to talk about tonight on Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Livemasters, where we feel alive by going live. And your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know who I am, I've been on a live video journey for the last 1,170 plus days. I go live daily with videos just like this to help people leverage videos to connect with each other and build authentic relationships. Now, I'm broadcasting to you live from the fabulous city of Las Vegas. So if you're watching me live, say hello below in the comments, number one. And number two, just let me know where you're tuning in from. Do you guys, does anybody else have quarantine hair? I need a haircut. I had to just go get my hair wet before I went live because my hair's growing out so quick. Oh my gosh, I need a haircut so bad. Really bad. But listen, hang out with me for a couple minutes tonight. I'm going to go over my top 10 Facebook Live tips. And then I'm going to let you know how you can learn more on how to implement these tips that I'm going to share with you. Now, I've been doing these videos every day for the last 3 years, and there's a few things that I've learned along the way that I believe really have really helped me out stay consistent. So I'm going to start off with number one. The number one tip, the biggest tip. Really, you really shouldn't do videos if you can't do this thing. Number one is be yourself. That's the first number one tip. So number one is be yourself. You can't fake energy, right? And listen, I get it. In the beginning, if you're new and you're still trying to learn how to do Facebook Lives, it could be daunting. It could be scary to try to figure out what to say, what to talk about, how to look like you're comfortable. But don't even worry about that, right? Don't even worry about any of that stuff. Because usually what happens is when you're yourself and you show up consistently on videos, you're going to attract the right kind of people and you're going to repel the kind of people that don't belong around you, number one. And number two, there's nothing new under the sun but you, right? So there's nobody else that can be you. That's the whole idea of doing videos, is for people to get to know you. So tip number one, I mean, I can go into this one a lot more. I'm gonna run through these tips because I'm gonna let you know at the end of this video how you can learn more in detail how to get more information on how to really step up and kind of just really implement these tips that I'm going over. So tip number one is be yourself. All right. So tip number two is plan your broadcast, right? Like plan out your videos, right? Try to do them at a time when you know that people will be watching. Prime time, we can go over that. When is prime time? When is prime time to do your videos? Do you know when most people that will be watching are going to be on? Like, granted, I know it's really late, and if you guys maybe share this out, then maybe we'll get some more people watching, right? But it's kind of late on a Saturday night. Not that many people are watching right now. But also meaning plan your broadcast in the sense that make notes, okay? Make some notes with some bullet points so you stay on topic. So tip number two is plan your broadcast. Okay. So tip number three is notify your audience that you're going live. So for me, I have a Facebook community called Livemasters. Now attached to that is we have a little chat group on Facebook Messenger. So if you're interested in getting in that little chat group, I can alert people to let them know that I'm going live. So alert people somehow, some way that you're going live. So, if you have a group, you can make a post, right? Or you can make a post on your wall to notify people when you're going live at a certain time. So that's tip number three, notify people, all right? Now, tip number four is you want to make sure you check your internet connection. You want to make sure that you have a good Wi-Fi signal or you have a good cellular signal, okay? Because when you go live, if you don't have a good Wi-Fi signal or a good cellular signal, Facebook doesn't prioritize your video because they don't want to put out a video that's going to be cutting in and out. What's up, BT? How you doing? They want to make sure that you have a good, stable connection so when they go to let people know that you're live. It's going to be high quality, okay? It's not going to be cutting out, and the internet's going to be good. So, and plus, you want to make sure your internet's good anyway, right? Because there's nothing more frustrating than watching a video where the internet keeps cutting out, all right? Or the video keeps cutting out. So tip number 4 is check your internet, all right? Well, tip number 5 is you want to have a scroll stopping description, right? So in the title to your video, this is tip number 5, you want to have a scroll stopping title or description to your video, right? So here's a little key thing that I normally do. So when I make the description for my video, whatever the description is for my video is usually what I say in the first few seconds of my video. So for this video, I said, I'm going to go over my top 10 Facebook Live tips in this video, and that's exactly that's the title to this video. So have a scroll stopping title. That's tip number 5. Tip number 6 is tag the location or city that you're in. So on this one, I put Las Vegas because I'm in Las Vegas. I read somewhere that if you tag your location, sometimes Facebook will like push it out there to people since it's public to see your video. Now, tip number 7 is realize that when you start your videos, okay, that the first 30 seconds of your videos, 90% of the people that watch the first 30 seconds of your videos are going to be replay viewers, okay? So be conscious, this is tip number 7, be conscious that most of your views are going to be replay viewers. So when you start your videos out right away. Don't wait for people to get on. Start talking right away. Start engaging people, because just remember who you're talking to when you start your video, okay? You're more than likely going to be talking to somebody that's catching the replay. All right, so tip number 8 is make sure that you engage your audience, okay? I always like to make sure that I acknowledge people that are live in the broadcast, like Paul's here, Nietzsche's here, whoever else is here. I like to, when people are putting comments in, I like to read your comments out. Make sure you engage your audience as much as possible. It's an art. Sometimes it gets very difficult to read comments and engage with people while you're doing your video, because it can get you off track, right? And sometimes people will put a question in there and it'll be very interesting. But you have to engage your audience. You have to encourage people to talk back to you, to leave feedback while you're doing your video. So make sure you're engaging your audience, okay? So tip number 9, this is a big one. So repurpose your content. So like this video right here, I'm going to take this video and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. I'll probably make a blog out of it. I'm going to repurpose this video onto several different platforms. So if you're taking the time, the energy, and the effort to make a video, to produce content, save it and repurpose it and distribute it across other platforms. Work smarter, not harder, right? Make a really good video live. Hopefully it's really good. And then you can just share it on different platforms. Okay. So we're down to our last tip. And this is really the big one, is tip number 10 is go live consistently. Consistency. The only reason I say consistency is because that's the only thing that's worked for me, is to show up consistently. It does a lot of things, okay? The biggest things that consistency does is, number 1, it shows people that you're not going nowhere. Number 2, it shows people that you're serious. And number 3, the more consistent you are, the better you get. And when people see you showing up consistently, getting better and better and better and better, it makes them want to come back more and more and more. All right, so I'm going to leave you tonight with a bonus tip. And that is, every single one of your Facebook Live videos that you do must have a call to action. You need to do something in your video that's going to get people that want to come back. Okay? It's going to want them to come back. So my call to action is, what I would love for you to do is, you hear me say in every single one of my live videos, at the end of every one of my live videos, I always throw out an open invitation for our community Livemasters to continue the conversation of this video. And it's a community that we have where we help people go over all of these things in detail that I shared with you to make your Facebook Live videos better. Now, we actually help you with your topics and things to talk about in this community and give you a platform in a closed group where it's safe. All right. So a call to action needs to be attached. That's the bonus tip in this video. You need to continue the dialogue and conversation with the people that you're talking to. I just went through a challenge, a 20-day challenge where I had homework every day. Hey, Frank, how you doing? And one of the speakers that was talking, his name is Pat Quinn. The guy's absolutely amazing. And he was talking about your signature speech. And he says, the most impactful thing that you could ever do from stage, from a video, from radio, from TV, wherever the platform is the number one thing your goal is when you're delivering a message, a speech, a signature speech, whatever you want to call it, right? Is to have people want to engage with you after you're done with your presentation. So for example, right, you go to a seminar, you go to a workshop, or you go to some event. When the speaker's done, everybody wants to go and talk to the speaker. Okay? So a good call to action in one of your videos would be people wanting to continue the conversation on the information and the value and the education that you provided for them on your video. So I hope my call to action brings you into Livemasters so we can really help you out with your videos and give you more information to empower you to get your message out there in a way where it's not going to fall on deaf ears and people are going to want to just reach out to hear more about you, okay? So listen, when you give your eyeballs and your ears to me, I'm really humbled and blessed you decided to spend some time with me and check this video out. If you've seen any value in this video, please reach out to me and let me know how I can serve you more. All right, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe. I love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everybody. Good night, Michelle. I just saw you popped in here. Bye-bye.